Welcome to Motorides. My name is Amit and this is the new Scorpio N, the much awaited Scorpio N, which you guys have been waiting for a very long time, and today I'm going to give you a very detailed walk around of this car. And as you can see right now, this car from the front looks really nice. You can see that you have two LED lamps, and this one is a projector, this one is not. The DRLs sit here and Mahindra is calling them the Scorpion Sting because just like the Scorpion Sting, it just goes up and turns. The fog lamps are also LEDs. You have these 6 vertical slats in chrome, and you also have this camera here, which is amazing because you have 2 cameras now. You have one camera up front and one at the rear, so that's a special feature that you have here. And in terms of dimensions, if you compare it with the older Scorpio, the Scorpio N is 200 mm longer, it's 100 mm wider, but it's 125 mm shorter, not as tall. In terms of its wheelbase, it's as long as the XUV 700, and it's longer than the Safari. So it's a big vehicle if you really go to see. There are 7 colors available on this vehicle. And what do you think about the styling on this car? The muscular stance, the wheel arches, what do you really think about it? Because it has taken inspiration from athletes. Let's now quickly get inside the cabin because it's vacant right now and we won't get such opportunities. But before that, just have a look at these wheels. These are 17 inches. These roof rails are functional. Big greenhouse area, and you have LED blinkers on these ORVMs. You have these this pad for stepping in. 187 mm of laden ground clearance. This is how your door panel looks like. The front 2 windows are one touch down. This is the top of the line variant with leatherette, coffee color, coffee and black. And let's get inside. This is 7-inch TFT instrument console, and the infotainment system here is Adrenox with Sony 12 speakers, dual channel subwoofer. And let's have a look at the rear view camera. There you go, you have different modes. Right now we are seeing the front, I think. If I put it in reverse, it will show me the rear. Now it has got 2-zone climate control, and the steering is only tilt adjustable. Here you have all the readouts. Let me see if I can figure this out. Alright, so you have fuel info, digital speedo, vehicle info, navigation, settings, alert history, and this also comes with drowsiness alert. So if you are tired, this is going to suggest that you take a break. 2 USBs here, and this is an 8-inch screen, by the way. Inbuilt navigation, it gets 6 airbags and 42% high strength steel, which means that the construction quality has to be very, very good. The glove box, as you can see here, is cooled, and this is the dash here. Sony audio. ORVM is manual. This has got the widest sunroof in the entire segment. Now you also get drive modes on the all-wheel drive variant, and you have tarmac, and then you have snow, you have mud, and you have this desert modes. 4-wheel drive low, 4-wheel drive H, and this is the dial that you use. One cup holder in the middle, and then you have this armrest. Flip it open and there is some space to spare. It'll swallow a cell phone or a couple of wallets. You also have this wireless charging pad here, traction control off, which brings me to the very rich electronic safety suite of this car. It comes with rollover mitigation, traction control, electronic stability program, hill hold, hill assist. All of that is there, so you don't really have to worry about that. This does not come with the ADAS. Now you have this handle here to get inside because it has a very high seating position, and it sits rather high as compared to your regular SUVs. And the visibility all around, as you can see, has been really focused upon. Really big ORVM, and the thigh support on the seat is really nice from this point. At least I've not driven it for a very long time, but I can tell you that the seats seem to have very good bolstering, adjustable headrests. And let's move on to the back seat of the car now. Let me just get in to give you a view of how much. By the way, this gets 6-way power seats with lumbar support, so that's great. Lumbar is manual. Wrangler tires, 255 section. Chrome on door handles. So this line raises up here to give a very strong muscular look to the haunches. And as you can see here, this will go down like this. I go into the third row also, but let's first see the space here. 1 liter water bottle here, button for the window, and scooped out front seat back, magazine holder. Knee room is right in front of you. This is the headroom that you have. Thigh support, have a look. And this is a very, very wide car. As I mentioned, it's wider by 100 mm as compared to the previous Scorpio, so significant space has been generated inside, and it is quite a big car. Now you have AC vents at the back, one Type-C USB socket and flow control. Then you also have this armrest, 2 cup holders here. This one is the 60 and this one is the 40 unit. Isofix child seat mounts, lap belt for the central passenger. Now if you look at this seat, flat, and there is no big hump here, so that should give you an understanding of how useful this car could be if you're traveling with 3 abreast in the middle row. This light here, and now for the all important, seems like child autism, all important third row. And for that, I'll request my colleague. Now, to fold the second row of seats, just see how simple it was. And to get in, you have this pad here. So, ingress, as you just saw, I got in without any problems whatsoever. And this is how much knee room you have here. This is how much headroom you have here. These are big windows. You have these handles, light but no cup holders. Adjustable headrests. You can see the speakers here, and I'll leave it upon you to decide how much space this is for an SUV. And opinions are somewhat embargoed, so I'm trying to opine as less as possible. But all I can say is that I can sit here for some time. And apart from that, one important thing that you do well to know is that the tailgate is sideways open. Have a look. Now, there doesn't seem to be much space here, but you can definitely bring this down by just pulling it like so. And this is how the tailgate looks from the inside. These are the tail lamps. All of this is LED. Here you have bulbs though. And let's shut it now. How do you find the styling of the Scorpio N? Cars are all about proportions, and just look at the proportions of this car, man. Now, when you talk about features, there are tons and tons and tons of them on this car, and I'll just walk you through all the features that this car has. Now, I've talked about quite a few of them already. Now it gets 3 power output options, like 2 engines and 3 outputs. There is one 2-liter petrol which will give you 200 PS of power and 380 Newton meters of torque. Then the 2.2-liter diesel will churn out 175 PS of peak power, and the torque there would be 400 Newton meters. There is a lesser engine within that also. That's the Z2 variant, and the Z2 will have only 132 PS of peak power. So that's a less powerful variant that you have. Now in all you have Z2, Z4, Z6, Z8 and Z8L. So 5 variants in all. And if you really want to know the pricing, it starts from 12.49 and goes till 19.99 lakh rupees from the Z2 till Z8L. So that was about the engines. And the transmission options are 6-speed manual and 6-speed automatic. It will also come with what you see here, the 4 Explore, which is the 4x4 version of this car, obviously top of the line. Now I have told you about most of the things here, but still, let me just go through my list. It will come in both 6 and 7 seat options. Now, one very important thing, the suspension here up front is double wishbone. As you can see right now, the discs are doing the braking duties up front and at the rear. So that's something that you need to know. 17 inches on the top of the line variant. On the lower variants you'll get 16 inches. So that again is something that you need to know. Also, a design element that you would probably do well to know is this Scorpion Sting kind of a styling that they've given on the third window. So that's another important thing. Now, suspension front you get double wishbone, and at the rear you have 5 independent 5-link suspension. So now there an important thing is that this car comes with frequency selective damping, which means that based on the surface that you are traveling on, whether it's a surface where you have small imperfections or big humps, the damping handles the surface based on the kind of frequency that it's generating, and that's really important because that generally makes a car very comfortable. The laden GC here is 187 mm, which should endow it with good ground clearance and good off-roading capability. We're going to be driving it tomorrow, so I'll be able to let you know everything about that. Zip, zap, zoom drive modes will be there, and it also comes with Amazon Alexa built in, so you can just command it to your Alexa to start the car. Connected car technology is there, so more than 70 connected car features. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are available wirelessly. Android Auto is there, of course. As I mentioned, in terms of safety, you will get 6 airbags, ABS with EBD, electronic stability control, traction control, vehicle dynamic control, hill hold control, hill descent control, rollover mitigation, brake disc wiping, electronic brake prefill, e-call, SOS switch, and ISOFIX and iSize compatibility. Now, this is how this car looks from the outside. The pricing I have already told you. 30th July, the bookings will start, and you'll have 2 weeks to make any changes if you wish. Have a look at the dashboard once again, and this really is a huge jump for Mahindra from the Scorpio that they were selling earlier. And more than anything, just look at the styling of this car. When you're talking about SUVs, they have to be very muscular. I really want to hear from you as to what you think about the styling on this car. Really well proportioned machine. So that's that, guys. More or less everything that is there to be seen on the Scorpio N, and it's been anticipated for a very long time, and for me personally, I don't really think I am disappointed at all. Do let me know what you think about this car and about its pricing, and whether it's going to cannibalize into the XUV 700 sales. Would you buy it over the other products which are available in the market right now? And until next time, then, this is your friend Amit signing off. Rev hard, rev free, and ride safe.